Hi everyone, this is Willie Crawford, and we are going to be getting started in a minute. I do want to thank you for joining the webinar tonight, and I promise you it will be very much worth your time. If you want to, you're encouraged to invite your friends over on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn to join us. We're going to be talking about membership sites, but we'll also be talking about your business model in a bigger picture. So, this is going to be a lot of really, really solid content, and I think your friends will appreciate it if you do invite them to join us. So I posted the link in the chat window there. If you would share that on Facebook, I'd really appreciate it. Just invite them over, tell them you're joining a webinar where you'll learn about membership sites, but also about a business model that is proven and that does quite well for the presenters. And so we're going to be sharing some things with you that work, and hopefully take a lot of the work off of you as you continue to grow your online business. We do have about a minute and a half before we're on the hour, and I do want to give people a chance to join us because we had hundreds and hundreds who signed up who haven't showed up yet, and so we want to give those people time. I will be joined by Steve Odette, who's a good friend and the creator of an amazing software platform called Residual Pro, and we'll be getting started momentarily, but we want to give folks a chance to join us.
I'm here, Willie, just in case you were curious.
Thanks, Steve. Do you want me to go ahead and do the introduction, and then we can get rolling, just knowing that some will join us late, or do you want to give them time to join us?
Sure, we can actually get started. There's plenty of information tonight and plenty of value, and if they get started a little bit late, they're not going to miss anything that they can't catch up on. Okay,
and so I do like to sort of respect the people who are prompt, and it encourages them. Let me check, see what I'm seeing the comment there. It's George saying hi to everyone from Toronto, Canada, and Ernest Odell, who's over in Texas, says hi to everyone. So hi, Ernest, and hi, George. Thanks for joining us. For all you folks who've joined us, tonight's call is, as you can see from the first slide, all about membership sites. And I have been personally building membership sites for at least 10 years. And yet I haven't always done it right. And lately I've been hanging around our special guest tonight, who's Steve Odette, who's for all of his life, it seems like, been running numerous businesses in the offline world and done a lot in the online world. And he's come up with this really, really amazing software platform for running membership sites. But he also wants to be discussing with us tonight just your online business model, something that makes a lot more sense than what the typical online marketer is doing, which is just running like a hamster on a treadmill and not getting anywhere, and actually getting a lot of false starts. And so I'm very honored to have Steve join us tonight. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us what he'd like to. Steve, thank you for joining us, and if you'll take it away, I'll monitor the questions as we get rolling.
That sounds fantastic, Willie, and thank you for the introduction. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and we're just going to get started and get into this. We have a lot of information to cover tonight. I promise that for those of you who hang with us tonight, just the information we cover will help you with your business. It's information that I cover in my coaching programs with my students. It's things that are not typical. So I really think there's going to be a great deal of value shared here tonight, Willie, and I'm looking forward to doing this with you. And by the way, one request I have is if I get going a little too fast or you want to go back and get some clarification on something, please feel free just to interrupt me. Just stop me and jump right in. Or if you have questions, because no one can kind of interact with us, if you have questions as we're going through this, just interrupt me. Just stop me.
I'll certainly do that.
Okay, Willie. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. Tonight we're going to talk about membership site secrets revealed. And there are real secrets that we're going to talk about here. They're common sense secrets, but they're things that you probably have not heard before, and I know you haven't heard about these things the way that we're going to present them here this evening, because it's only been until recently that these things could even be done, unless you had a great deal of money and a lot of resources in order to do them through custom solutions. So let's go ahead and get started here. The first thing that I really want to talk about with everyone this evening is this right here. It's a simple truth, and once it's said, once it's out in the open, it can help you to realize how very important owning recurring income streams like membership or continuity programs, how important these things are to your medium and long-term business success. Now, you can make a lot of money short-term doing what everybody else is doing. The problem with that, as you'll see as we go through the presentation, is that the real problem happens in the medium and the long term. In other words, keeping your business running. One is simply not enough. One report, one ebook to sell, one product to offer, one service to offer, one affiliate product or program to promote, one niche marketplace, one paycheck, one business model. Why isn't one of each of these things enough? Because people want more. You want more. I want more. I know I want more. If your report or book is fantastic, if you own an online business, you're writing a report, you write a book, you have a membership site, and people love what you're offering, they want more from you, don't they? But so many times I see people just creating one. And what if you, I'll give you another example. So the way we're wired as human beings, we want more of a good thing. So if you have a partner who gives you a kiss and you like it, is one really ever enough? Probably not. I mean, we want more of a good thing. Now, if it's not a good thing, if you're creating bad products on the internet, if you're not doing the things that you should be doing to help your customers and clients, well, then you're not going to get a whole lot of success no matter what you do. But we're talking about doing things the right way. We're talking about offering great value. And yet when it comes to business, especially online business, what I find most people doing is thinking about one, not more. One product they want to create and sell, one product they want to promote and push, one niche that they want to focus on. And that last one, the niche, that's the one that we want to focus on tonight. And especially at the first part of our conversation here. Niche marketing is totally misunderstood. I mean, I'm sure everyone here, if you've been on internet marketing forums or you've been around the internet for a while, you've heard about niche marketing. But there's a huge problem, and I had to learn this again myself recently. I'm putting a program together called Power Planning. It's for my students, and particularly for fixture membership sites and internet marketers. And I was showing it to my partner, David Lugo, who, by the way, he's not here tonight, Willie, so no one's going to be poking me with a stick.
Okay, I'll poke you virtually then.
You're going to have to do the poking for me. David's getting his teeth pulled today, so I really feel for him. But I was talking with David about my power planning, and I was showing him a mind map for the first module or bubble in the mind map. And I said it was called Define Your Niche. And almost immediately David said, what market? And I said, no, the niche. And he said, yeah, right, niche, what market? And I was getting a little bit frustrated, and I said, look, it's a niche. And he said, no, a niche is a sub-market of a market. It's a niche. And we argued about it. Now, I know this sounds kind of petty, but follow me here. There's a real, very significant point that we're going to make here. He was right. You can't have a niche without a market. And in fact, after talking with David for a couple of hours on this subject, I realized that not only can't you, but you don't want to. And David had done the impossible because he had taught a know-it-all something new. And I've been around for a long time, so I know an awful lot about internet marketing. But sometimes we get so caught up in the things that we're doing, we don't step back and take a look at where we really are. And here we are, we're all trying to create these niche products. And we forget to look at the bigger picture. A niche product is a single product. What about the market that niche is in? I think it's very relevant. We're going to talk about that tonight. I also want to stop here and mention something about David. And this is something I think that some of you here might really appreciate. Based on the questions on the thank you page for the registration thank you page, here's something that I noticed. There are a lot of marketers who are confused. There are a lot of you who come from non-internet backgrounds, you're frustrated a little bit, you're trying to figure out what value you can offer as an internet marketer, where you can get started. Here's something interesting. David doesn't have a website. He doesn't have an email address. He doesn't know much about doing anything online. He's my business partner because he knows business. He's my marketing partner because he understands people and he knows marketing. So you don't have to have, quote, internet experience in order to build your internet business. You just have to have experience. You have to have knowledge. You have to have something of value to bring to the table, or you have to be able to get that. But don't be discouraged if you don't come to the table as an expert. None of us did. So I thought that would be kind of important for people to know. And David, look, here's a guy that doesn't have his first website, and yet he's telling me, I've been doing this since 2004, before 2005, and he's telling me that market comes before niche. And just like in the dictionary, your market does come before a niche. And there's a huge reason why understanding this is very important. Because the market is big and the niche is small. I mean, that's not complicated math. It's pretty simple. But it brings us to the first point, the first kind of secret for membership site success. And this is so important. Don't discount this because it's so simple, please, because once you grasp this concept, a light bulb, I hope you'll get one of these aha moments. More is better than one. And I know that you're probably laughing and thinking how remedial that is. It's not remedial. Membership sites done correctly allow you to offer more, they allow you to make more, and not just money, but more impact. If you're what I call, and Willie, we were talking about this, I think, at the Warrior Forum event last month.
Right.
We were talking about two types of businesses that I love to be a part of. One of them is a make money business, because if we don't make money, we don't stay in business very long. But the other kind of business is a make a difference business. And I think you and I both have this same desire to be involved with make a difference businesses. But you know what? If you're only thinking one, like the next product or the next thing you can do for your niche, you're not going to make as much of a difference as if you're trying to if you step back and you look at the bigger picture of what you're trying to accomplish. If you consider more products, more services, more programs, more ideas, more help for your target market, more value. And all of these things, if you can have them all in one place, and that's critical, if you can have them in one place, think of the power that would give you as an internet marketer. And I know some of you are probably thinking, but Steve, I've got enough trouble trying to create just one product. How in the world can I create more? Or maybe you're an affiliate marketer and you don't want to create any products. Hang with me. I've got some things that will help you as well. Now also, and we're not going to talk about this tonight, one of the ways that you can do more, create more, offer more, of course, is using leverage. We don't have time to talk about that. Last week we talked about leverage. I probably talked too much about leverage last time. But just know this, that while you're thinking about growing your business and offering more, try to get bigger than yourself. If you are your business, and that's as big as you ever think, you don't own the business. The business owns you. You don't own the business. You own a job. Now I know, and I know you're probably thinking, Steve, you don't understand. I don't have the money to outsource. I don't know how to outsource. Every time I outsource, somebody messes something up. I'd just rather do it myself. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. I've spent tens of thousands of dollars learning things the hard way, so I understand. But if you ever want to grow your business, and I'm going to tell you some things tonight that are not going to be popular with other marketers, because I'm going to tell you the truth. So if you ever want to grow your business to replace your job, to replace your current income, or to to get to that lifestyle business that you're seeking to get, you're going to have to think about expanding beyond yourself. You're going to have to leverage systems or people or other things. It's just a part of the way business is. Now, if you're only selling one thing, let me ask you a few questions. How many products can people purchase from you? One, how will this affect your business growth opportunities if you're only selling one thing? It will stifle them. How will this affect your income level? It will reduce it.
How will it affect you if the market doesn't want that one thing anymore?
Amen. I mean, trust me. Or if they all have it already and they don't want it again. So one is just not enough. And I know, look, I know this is what I have these conversations with my students. They don't think past the next product. And we're going to get more into detail about this. But it's so important that you think about more. Trust me on this, okay? And tonight, if we do nothing but open the door for you to just step back a little bit and allow the opportunity for your brain to think bigger than one. If that's all we accomplish tonight, I'll feel good about it. Just let me know that I made a difference, okay? Send me an email. Let me know I made a difference, because that one little thing, and as we expand on this tonight, I think it's going to make a huge difference in your business. I really do, okay? But more importantly, what will happen to your buyers, your readers, your clients, your customers if they already have everything you offer and you're not planning to offer them anything new? What happens to your business if that's the case? It goes away. Here's an interesting illustration for exactly how this possibly can work for you. So, and we're going to have some fun with this. Hopefully, it's enough fun to keep you awake. So let me know if I'm putting you to sleep, okay? I have a tendency to, people have told me my voice is kind of lulling. So if I get to that point, will he make me stand up and shake it off a little bit or something?
Okay, it's soothing, but it's not monotone, so it's okay.
All right, good. So think about this for a second. Look at this picture. We're going to have some fun and let it sink in. If you can understand this, then you're going to be very close to clearly getting the value of more in your business. Now, membership sites, done correctly, allow you to offer more. So I'm showing this presentation to my wife, and she says, but Steve, she says, what if I wanted to, for example, put up a mini site and my special report about, say, how to kiss women properly, written by a woman who knows. Why do I need a membership site? And the answer was you don't. You don't need a membership site. But look at this. With a membership site, you could also offer, say, videos showing people how to kiss properly. Or how about a kissing coach program? Or maybe you can do, maybe do people who like to kiss like having bad breath? So maybe you can create a, why not do 10 things not to eat before you go on a date product or something like that. How about a freshest kiss foods product? Is that a pretty good idea? How about, why not have more products about kissing, like how to teach your man how to kiss better, or your woman how to kiss better, or maybe a Better Than Kisses book, or what do you think, Willie? How about videos? Videos for how to kiss correctly, or maybe people who like to kiss might enjoy doing other things too, like massages, or going out to a romantic dinner or a date night together. What about other intimate activities? So you see a book, like on the previous slide. So if we go back a slide, this is your business if you're thinking about one. There you go. How to Kiss a Woman Right. And let's say you sell 1,000 of these books. Great. What's next? Where do you go from here? If you're only thinking one, that's as far as most people think. What I'm asking you to do is to look a little bit deeper at your business and to look at this. Think a little bit further than one. Because if people buy this, do you think they might want to buy this from you, and this from you, and this, and this, and this, and this, if they like what you have to offer? I think they do. Now, by the way, we don't sell ebooks. We sell books, and we deliver them digitally, because books have much more value than an ebook does, right?
Right.
I just thought that was a good point. I thought I'd throw that in there. It's
Well,
something
I agree, because Amazon sells books on Kindle for like 99 cents, and you know, it's almost like they're giving them away. I mean, there's still money there, but it's like they're giving them away.
That's crazy. We sell books even if we deliver them digitally. We don't sell e-books. E-books are not worth much, but a book, even if it's delivered digitally, is worth something. But let this picture sink in a little bit. Does this, I mean, I know that maybe this is a new concept, and what I'd like to ask you to do too while you're looking at this, set aside the tendency to maybe go, holy mackerel, look at all that work that has to be done to build this. Set that aside for a second. We're just talking about a concept here, okay? It's a plan. So let's think about this. Look at this versus, versus this. Which would you rather own, this or this? Okay? And we'll move forward. And I'm going to try and go a little bit forward fast tonight because we've got a lot of ground to cover, and I don't want to keep people for 2 hours like we did last time. So, but this slide here, this more is could. And it's such a problem on the internet marketing community, especially. We're taught to think about what? One, the next one, not more. In a brick and mortar business, imagine what people would think if you opened your store and you only had one item in one color on one shelf in the middle of the store. I mean, that better be something pretty special, pretty unique, pretty interesting. Or what you have is not a business, it's a paycheck, it's a product, and it has a shelf life. We talked about this. Think bigger, broader, wider, deeper, taller. Think about more. But there are several challenges to more, and we've talked about, we kind of touched base on a few of these. We talked about the effort that has to go into this. But before we get into the challenges of more, here's the second membership site kind of secret that it's something that if you understand this, that light bulb goes off and you start to get the value of membership sites. It's called consolidation. Okay? So let's say you've got your self-liquidating product. That's a big word that marketers use. It means, it's a fancy way of saying it's a product that people buy one time and one time only. Self-liquidating. They buy it once, they don't need it again. And now you have several of them. They're all ready to promote or to offer, maybe even have a free report. You have more. Imagine putting them in one location. See, there's a problem. To sell your products, if they're individual, like you're probably taught to do, so if this were your product here, let me get my pen here for a second. So if this was your product right here, this copywriting, let's say, product for sale here, what you're taught to do is put this on a website all by itself, and then you put up your nice download page for the product. And then over here you've got this product, and what do you do with that one? You put it up on its website, and it's got its own download page. But guess what happens? Nothing. Does anyone who buys this know that you also sell this? Probably not, because not a lot of us are smart enough, including myself, for years, to put a link to my other products on the download pages. So most of us get one sale, and we're really happy about that. We might get people on an email list that we send them an email to tell them about this product. But what if instead, what if it looks like this? What if you have one place when people buy product A, they download it they go inside and they see product B, and they see product C, and they see product D. I mean, we're going to get more into detail on this, but can you see the power of how this model can really can just expand your business? And I call it consolidation. In other words, putting everything in the same place. Okay? And we have a name for this. On the next slide here, I'll show you what it's called. It's called a store. I mean, it's not a new concept, okay? It's called a store. We just don't think of our online businesses like stores. And we don't think of membership sites like stores either. But why not? it's just maybe because we're just not looking at it in this bigger sense, how to grow a business. We're looking at how to get a paycheck, how to sell a product, how to sell a book, and do a WSO. We're not looking at the bigger picture. But what if you had a store? How would that affect your business? What if you could offer a membership that gives your marketplace, your customers, clients, or prospects some of your information or courses as part of the membership automatically in exchange for a weekly or monthly or even an annual fee? What if you could give them some of the stuff for free? Now, here's an example of free, because I know we talk about the free line in internet marketing a lot, and I'm a big fan of talking negatively about free people. I call them freegans, because I think if you build a list of only freegans, then they, oftentimes it's very difficult to jump them from free into fee. But there's a way to go about doing this correctly. Now here's an example. Again, I was talking with David, and David's he had to go. He's telling me when I'm showing him this slide, he's like, "Man, I've got to tell you this story." The other day, he went to Ace Hardware here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Ace, I don't know what he was picking up. He didn't say that. He says, but I went to the Ace Hardware store over on Wake Forest Boulevard over there. I said, yeah, I know where it's at. He says, I pulled into the parking lot, and the Ace is like in a strip mall. It's there's a whole bunch of stores lined up next to each other. I get out of my car. I'm walking to the Ace Hardware, and I smell something. I'm like, what is that? And actually, he was going to the store next to the Ace Hardware, not the Ace Hardware, I'm sorry. And so he says, what is that? And so he's smelling, and the Ace Hardware store next to where he was going was actually making popcorn inside the store. And he wasn't going to Ace Hardware, he was going to this other store. And he gets there, and he's like, before he goes into the store that he was actually going to, he says, I got to go into the Ace Hardware, because it said on the window, big, huge sign, free popcorn. He's like, well, why not? So he goes into the Ace Hardware, he gets some free popcorn, and he says, well, I'm in here, I got the popcorn, I'll just walk around for a couple of minutes and eat my popcorn, take a look and see what they got in here. When he walked out, he had something like a $40 pair of sunglasses with him. He didn't even want to go to Ace Hardware. He was going to the store next to Ace Hardware. That free popcorn got him into the store, and when he got into the store, he saw all of the other things that they had. Not to mention that there's that little thing that we marketers call reciprocity. The fact that he got something from them for free. There is a way we're wired that made him kind of want to feel like he was obligated to give them something back. And that's the proper way to use a free enticement. But they used it to bring him into the store. Imagine if he got the free download and there was nothing else. How often do we do this? We put a free, what we call an ethical bribe, to get someone to give us an email, right? And we don't send them to a store. We don't send them to anything else. We send them to a what? A thank you page half of the time with nothing on it. Look at my own website. I'm guilty of this. So I'm not criticizing anybody else here. I'm guilty. So putting the opt-in box, sending people to a thank you page is such a waste. What if you could send them after they got their free product? What if you could send them into the store? What if you did what David had to do? If you could make them walk into the store to get the free thing and see all the other stuff that you have in the store. And he gives another example. I'll be real quick about it. I don't want to cost us a lot of time here. He gives another example about when he was in Puerto Rico. There was a bread store, or a bakery on every corner, and this one of the habits that these bakeries used to do is they'd give out free samples of the fresh bread. But he said there was a problem. They'd give you a free sample of the fresh bread in front of the store. I mean, you couldn't walk by the stores without smelling the bread and just wanting to go inside and having, getting some of this bread. He says, oh, incredible bread. He said, but I'd go into the store, or you'd go into the store after you get the sample, and you know what they'd do? They would sell you the day-old bread. So they'd entice you in with today's freshest bread and just out of the oven bread, and they'd sell you the day-old bread. And he said none of those businesses are around anymore because people caught on. They knew what they were doing. And that's not the right way to use a free enticement or to get people to come into your store. Or, it's not the right way to get people to buy something that you're offering them either, right? So, but what if, so now you've got people, what if that Ace Hardware had said, look, we've got this special running for our VIP clients that we'll give you $30 a month in store supplies if you'll spend $60 a month with us. And this is a brick and mortar business model that I have not heard of before. But think about that. Would that be something that you might, if you were an Ace Hardware person, if you like that kind of thing, would that not be something you might be interested in taking a look at? I would. So what I'm asking you to do here is just think just a little bit different about your business, a little bit different, okay? So imagine that. So you're here and you've got the free product from the owner. They invited you into the store to pick up your free product. You didn't get it. Now, what if they'd have put the popcorn outside the store? Would David have bought the sunglasses if they'd have put the free product outside the store?
No,
probably not. Right, no, probably wouldn't have. So, but what if you're a savvy business owner and you have the free product, and you know what? What if you have a free enticement and you put it at the back of the store? So now they have to, like, if I owned a toy store, the most popular toys in the store I would put at the very back. I would make the parents and the kids who want toys walk by everything else in the store before they could get to the thing the kid wanted the most. By the time they left my store, shoot, they'd have a whole bag of stuff. And this is how to think about more. This is how to think a little bit differently. And if you could add a membership, a VIP discount, a monthly membership, or a VIP treatment. I've seen Sam's Club used to, you buy your annual membership and be a Sam's Club member. It's like a big wholesale house here. They open the store up on one day of the week just for VIP members of Sam's Club. No one else can get in there. It's like the first day of shipments or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was. It's been a while since I've been there. But what if you had a VIP membership and got the newest stock first, or you got a discount because you were paying a monthly fee? I don't know why restaurants don't do this, to be honest with you. I got a pretty good idea for brick and mortar restaurants that, if anyone wants to try it out, I bet you could make a boatload of money for restaurants if you have an offline business by implementing something like this. But so the point is this. Imagine getting a steady flow of say, let's say you had a store or an online business, and you have $10 a month with only 100 buyers, 100 members. You could create $1,000 a month of steady income that would cover all your hosting. It would cover all of your overheads. It would cover even some outsourcing maybe, right? Just one of those products. But a lot of people don't understand. Just because someone's giving you $10 a month for, let's say, a membership, or it doesn't mean they won't buy other things from you. Remember, we're talking about more, right? We like more. I'm a member of Jimmy Brown's program. I pay $10 a month right now for one of his. He always has something going on I'm spending money on. I'll buy another $100 worth of Jimmy D. Brown stuff next month. I'm already on a membership with him. I'll still spend another $100 with him because he keeps adding other products and programs that I have an interest in. They're not included in the membership, but other things.
Yeah,
and
the flow I see there, Steve, with a lot of internet marketers making is they'll have a membership site where they keep giving more and more and more things to their members rather than selling them to their members. They've already fulfilled what they promised, but they feel like they can't just sell them something else, so they don't upsell. Whereas you don't expect, that grocery store you go in to buy eggs, you don't expect them to give you, everything else that you need. And so
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and that's why I like fixed-term memberships. That's why I like products as levels. A lot of people do this. Oh, I have a membership. Come join and get everything. No. Get a course, a 3-month course, and it's drip-fed to you. So if you refund after the first month, all you got were the first month's worth of lessons. You didn't get the next 2 months. You have to stay a member for the next 2 months to get the next 2 months. And it's controlled access, but also it's more valuable, because if you do it right, people will stick with it. And why did they join? Because they want what you have. It's a good relationship. It's a great program. I mean, you can do regular memberships too. You can do annual memberships. You can do monthly memberships, weekly memberships, fixed-term memberships, whatever you want to do. But you're right, Willie. What you don't want to do is give away everything that you, just because someone's a member. If they're a member, define it. Every month you get 2 PLR reports, 2 of these and 1 of these. That's what you get for $10 a month, or whatever it is your membership is. But if you come out with another product that's not those things, give them a discount, or give them an incentive, or 2 for 1, or maybe they get it and they pay full price for it, but you give them a bonus that goes with it because they're already in your other program as well, something like that. But definitely, like you said, just because you buy 1 can of beans in the store doesn't mean they're going to give you the loaf of bread for free. That's crazy. Don't do that. So this slide here talks about kind of what we've been talking about a little bit here, or what's important. Residual income streams are so critical to your business model. No, they're not all that you should be doing, but neither is only selling a book. So sell your book and create a membership and sell some coaching if you can, or if you're into that, or sell affiliate products as well. More, not just one, if you can. And we're going to show you how to do this a little bit later. If you can, consolidate your business in one place so that people come into your store. Why would you send them to 10 different places that are not connected to each other to get each individual product? They won't know that you sell the other products that you sell unless you email market them. And let's face it, I mean, you experienced this last 2 weeks, right? How well does your email get delivered lately?
Right. Yeah, it's hitting all kinds of filters, and people are getting so much email that it's just a matter of getting their attention. You've already got their attention while they're in the store looking around. Why not show them other things?
That's right. Why not? So let's go. So here's the next thing. A lot of people are like, but Steve, the idea of adding the content every single month, like you were talking about, it makes my skin break out in hives. It's a lot of work. Look, I understand. Over the years, I've worked with more than 300, I think, clients. I've seen everything from forums. Everybody wants a forum, to mini sites and membership sites and traditional way of doing fixed-term membership sites and micro-continuity programs and a whole lot of other things too, from portals to porn. I've probably been there. And no, I was a copywriter for the porn. I didn't look. So I had my eyes closed. I had my eyes closed. Okay, I'll step past that. Anyway, but look, I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of online business models. I've been involved with a lot of very, very wealthy clients as a copywriter. I know what goes on out there. And I understand that you're looking at this and you're only human, aren't you? I mean, the idea of having to create new content or exciting content or every single week for membership site or just the idea of having a steady income stream is great. But the idea of creating the way to do that can be extremely stressful. I find it challenging, just a kind of a personal note, I find it challenging to write a blog post every week. Just 1, maybe 2. I'm terrible, especially right now because we're doing the launch. I'm terrible about keeping up with content creation. So I'm with you. That's why another day we'll talk about it, but leverage other people to help you in your business. Make that part of your business model. It's so critical. It's so important. But we're going to talk about this a little bit more here. I know that it can be overwhelming thinking about more, but there are some ways to make it easy as a single product creation, by the way. I'll share some of that with you in a minute. But of course, 1 is easier, but the question is, how long will 1 sustain your family? How long will 1 pay your bills? How long will 1 be desired by the marketplace?
One of the questions that we got in the chat session was a guy Ken asking, can a bunch of different people with different services sort of band together and do this? And I guess you could have a fixed-term membership site with a bunch of owners if that's, that's a model, if you don't feel like you're up to creating all these different products and services, that is a possibility, but it's, cumbersome.
No, I think it works really well. And because, like with the software that we're going to talk about later with, Rapid Residual Pro, you can have partners for your site. You can have partners for every product that you do. So you can leverage other people's knowledge and share profits with them. You can leverage their efforts and labor. If I already have an ebook done, I said ebook. Now I have to do 10 push-ups now, excuse me, so I'll be back in a second. I have a book written. Why not let me sell my book on your website, and we'll split the profits 50-50?
We also got the question about what's the difference between a book and an ebook, and the answer is that when you're marketing, everything is about packaging. It's about perceived value. People have a fixed value in their mind of what a book's worth, or what a course is worth, or what an ebook's worth, and they tend to think an ebook's worth less because they think it's not real.
It's semantics. I mean, I'm playing with you. An ebook is a book that you deliver electronically, but don't call it an ebook. Call it a book. Which would you rather have? Would you rather have me give you a book, or would you rather have me give you as a gift an ebook? You see, there's a little, like you said, Willie, is that perception, that value perception. That's all I was talking about before. It's a play on words. It's semantics, but get in the habit of saying book, and people will value your information more. Okay, but look at this. So the truth is, if you're only offering one thing, I mean, can you imagine having a restaurant where they only serve one course, one drink, one dessert, that's it, and charge a premium price for it? It may be very, very good. They may have the very best, but how long will it be before you get bored of it, before that's enough? So one is not enough. It really isn't enough. One business model, and this is going to be different than anything you've seen before, probably, because I don't know of anybody that talks about this model of business the way that I do, because up until now, it's been almost impossible to create. So, I mean, I've seen and been a member of websites that have used the practices that we're going to talk about here. One of them that I'll mention is Simpleology with Mark Joyner. He was the first person that had me opening my wallet every single time I logged into the member area of his free membership. I was a free member, and it was costing me $2,000 a year because I kept buying everything that he had as a free member. It's a brilliant business model. I don't think I've ever paid. I mean, I didn't upgrade to his monthly fee, but I don't need to, because I already purchased everything that you get with the monthly fee. I was a free member for how many years now? I can't tell you, but I bought everything that he sold in there, because every time I logged in as a free member, there's something else to buy, and I bought it. That's where this model comes from, this idea. This is why we built our application the way that we did. But one business model is, what if you only do a membership site, but you don't offer any affiliate programs or additional products? Couldn't you do better if you had more? So even if what I'm saying here is, a membership site isn't the solution either. You don't just have a membership. You also do more affiliate marketing or individual products like you and I were talking about earlier. You don't stop with one. That's the point. Look at your business from a bigger, step back in a bigger perspective. I mean, what if you're an affiliate marketer and you don't have a central marketplace for your free reports? We talked about this last time. So you've got, what if these are all free reports or mini courses? They're free. And all of these mini courses or free reports lead people with affiliate links inside of them to other products and programs that you have. So look at this picture here. I mean, this is about how consolidation is so powerful. Look at this picture. So here you've got, I'm going to get my pen out here. So here you've got one marketplace. Let's call this a membership site or a store online. And it's for internet marketers. What if this was a free product that was on the inside, and this was a free product on the inside, and this was a free product on the inside, and this one was a free product on the inside, and this one is a membership site. Maybe it's a $10 a month deal. Maybe this is a one-time purchase for $19. But how do you make money off of this free one and this free one and this free one here and this free one over here? Well, of course, they're written with affiliate links. They have affiliate links to your own products, and they have affiliate links, or they have links to your own products, and they have affiliate links to other people's products. So, and this could be a free model for affiliate marketers to use a membership platform. I mean, is that not something? I mean, I don't know if anyone who teaches affiliate marketers could use a membership platform. Of course you can. If you're in the diet industry and you have 5 or 6 free reports about different things, diet and meditation and recipes, why not put those free reports in one place? When someone comes in to download one, they'll see all the other ones that you have. You have to pardon my writing, by the way. I'm trying to write with a mouse. I'm not very good at it. So I hope y'all can see what we're doing here anyway. But does this make sense? I mean, think about it for a second. If you're thinking this way, I know that you can build a much bigger, a much broader, a much better, more substantial business. I know you can. Here's the difference. And this is something that I don't think a lot of people understand very well either. And I'm going to talk about this when I'm going to give an illustration here in a little bit about real estate, my real estate business years. Because I know right now you're probably thinking the overwhelm has got you probably a little bit stressed out about the idea of more because it's a little uncomfortable. What if you could create more without adding a great deal of additional effort, without making your life any harder than if you're creating single products for sale? And the answer is I'm not sure you can. Now, let me step back for a second and say this. If you sell a book by the chapter, you still have to write the book. I mean, if you wait till the book is done and sell it, and you get, say, $19.97 for the book, great. But what if you could sell it by the chapter and get $5 per chapter? That would be a model that you could use a membership site for. You could drip feed section, the first section and the second section and the third section as part of a membership site, and you could use each chapter as a weekly content as part of a $10 a month membership, and run it over 2 or 3 months. You'd get 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for the book instead of $19.97. You could add videos and you could add some other things as well, and write the same exact book. And end up getting 4, 5, or 6 times as much profit from that book.
Yeah, in fact, that's one of the ways I leverage a lot of my content. When I write a course or an ebook, I often will create audio versions, just me reading the thing and maybe talking a little more than I'm reading. But a lot of people like me don't like to read as much as they. I like to throw stuff in my MP3 player or my iPhone and go out for a walk and listen and learn while I'm doing that. So you actually want the content in those other formats.
Me too. I like that too. And here's another point on this. It's not in my notes, but it's a good point. We're going to talk about it later. If I make one sale of one book, I get one paycheck. But if I make one sale, it's still just one, right, of more, like a membership site, I get a whole lot of payments. It's still just one sale, but I get a number of payments over a period of time. This is a leverage business model. You're still making one sale, but you're getting more, okay? And here's something, interesting about what I said before, that I don't know if you can build a business, a real business, versus building one product. I don't know if you can do that easier. I know that there are ways to make it easier, but I don't know if you can do it easier. And that's the truth. I mean, I'm not supposed to tell you this. I'm supposed to sell you the dream, and the box comes, the 10-pound box comes in the mail, but before you get the 10-pound box, you're supposed to see that what we're talking about is going to pay for your college tuition for your kids, and it's going to buy you the nice car that you want, the big house. And I'm supposed to paint you a picture of you owning these things and stuff. But the truth is, you can create a business a lot more easily using leverage and systems, and you can grow it one thing at a time, but take some of the profits from what you're doing with your one and start to learn how to do more with other people helping you, or systems like Rappers is a Pros, a system. You can leverage the system to help you to become more, to get more done. I'm a huge fan of leveraging things. And there are easier ways of doing things, a lot easier ways than the hard way. I always do things the hard way for some reason. It's just the way it ends up being. But the problem here, however, is that somehow, some way, someone has, or everyone has been passing around the dirty little lie, and people are believing it. And the lie is that you can create one thing and become wealthy online. Just one. Now, you might hit it lucky. You might win the lottery. But I'll tell you, it's not a good business model. The lie is that you can write one book, you can do one service, you can offer one program, and you'll magically be able to quit your day job and live the lifestyle of the rich and famous, or infamous, more likely. And that's also easy to do. And it's not. Anyone can do this? Not really. Can you do this? Probably. You're here. It just takes a little bit of effort in the right direction. And we're going to talk more about that later too. And I don't mean to discourage you. Look, this is not about trying to discourage anybody from being an entrepreneur. I am a lover of entrepreneurs. And if you're here, you've got what it takes already. You're there. But it's better to know what you're up against, isn't it? I'd rather know what the truth is so that I know what I need to do to succeed than to be lied to and think that I know what it takes to succeed. I don't know about you, Willie, but maybe, that's just the way I am. I like to know what I'm up against, and I'll be up for the challenge. And most of the people here probably the same way. If they knew what it was going to take, I don't think that most people here would stop trying to make it happen. My students don't. I tell them what it's going to take, and they say, okay, let's get her done. And I think that people here are probably the same way.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I like to honestly challenge people and tell them, average people have average incomes and depend on someone else for their paycheck, and entrepreneurs are willing to take more risk, more responsibility, and they're rewarded for that willingness to work a little harder, to take more of the responsibility and the risk, and that's why they get paid more.
I think you probably, you started off writing ebooks many, many years ago, and then you have membership sites, and then you also do joint venture things, and you've done live seminars and training and speaking. You don't just do one.
No, I don't.
You do a great deal of things. As a matter of fact, name one internet marketer that became successful with just one.
I can't think of one.
Yeah, me either. That's the thing. But yet we are all told you can be a millionaire with just one. And all I'm saying, look, you might find that one thing that really works. But I'm also asking you, even if you do find the one that makes you $1 million, why would you stop there? Why don't you leverage that as a springboard to making $2 million, right? Think bigger than what you've been thinking probably. Think more than one idea. It's not the next big idea. It's the next big ideas. It's the market that you're in. For instance, if you're in the weight loss market, that's a whole lot better than selling a how to lose 30 pounds of stomach fat around your waist. That's a niche. It's a niche. It's a part of the weight loss industry. Think about the weight loss market, and then that one product is the one product in the bigger market. It's a niche product in the bigger market of weight loss, or the bigger industry of weight loss. How many of you here are thinking about one product or program or service? By the way, service counts. Copywriter. I'm a copywriter. I've been a copywriter for many years. How many of you are thinking about starting one website or one product in one niche like we just talked about? Or what about if you think about one program to develop? Because I do software. I love software. So maybe you're thinking about developing an app or something, software, and you think about one. This is why people go from feast to famine, from payday to poor day, from paycheck to paycheck, from product to product. And the thing that kills me about that is I'm in these Skype rooms, and I can almost like clockwork tell you who is going to be active on that Skype room around the third week of every month, because they've spent the money from the WSO they did last month, and now they're in a panic to rush and get something written and done and get it up there and put it in the way for them so they can pay their mortgage this month. because they aren't connecting things. They're not connecting their ideas to each other. One product doesn't promote the next product, which doesn't promote the next product, which doesn't promote the next product. They're not consolidating. You can't write a book on dog training today and a book on golfing tomorrow and expect those books to help each other. You need to think about a market. Write a book about how to make dog food for your dog, and then how to train your dog, and how to, where to get the clothes for your dog. Write about the dog. Write 2 or 3 products that relate to each other, and make each book refer to the other books. Let them be kind of a little network unto themselves, and we're going to talk about this here in a few minutes. But this is how a business is built, right? And look, I'm guilty of this. I mean, it's not just, how do I know about this, by the way? How do I know about this stuff? Well, I'm the one that made all the mistakes doing this the wrong way. That's how I know. So, I mean, so it's not just something I'm trying to preach at people or tell people, look, I've made these mistakes, don't do this. If you listen to me, if you just hear what I'm saying, you'll save a lot of grief and you'll make a lot more money. And you'll help a lot more people. You'll make a bigger difference if that's the kind of business you're in. So here's our review. And I want to stop here because I know I talk about a lot of stuff. So far we've talked about these 3 things. The value of more, not one. How offering more will help you radically expand your business. You'll make it bigger. Consolidation. Defining one market. Putting everything related to it in one place together. And we sprinkled in a little conversation about residual income streams. And how important having steady income streams coming in on a monthly basis is as a part of your business. It's not all of your business. I mean, Rapid Residual Pro is a one-time purchase. It's not a monthly deal. So it's not a residual income stream. But I have residual income stream businesses. See, it's just part of what I do. I think more, right? But I'd like to offer, the next couple of slides. Let's go over a couple more things here. We okay so far, Willie? Are we doing good?
Yes, we're doing fine.
Okay, good. So a little adjustment can make a huge difference. Here's a story. I had a couple of salons many years ago, and in our salons we had tanning beds. And I know, Willie, you probably don't need a tanning bed, do you?
No, I don't. I did spend a lot of time in the sun, but I love the sun.
All right. So, but the tanning beds at one point, before the cancer stuff really started to catch on. This was, I don't know, 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, and we had. They were hugely popular. I mean, very, very popular. And but when I was a younger gentleman, just out of college, I built a health club in Tallahassee, Florida. I actually worked at one and helped build another one. And I knew what it was like to have monthly memberships and to sign people up on contracts to monthly memberships for the health club. And here we were competing with everybody in our salons with our tanning beds, our tanning booths. People were coming in and they were paying $30 a month like they were at all the other salons. And I thought to myself, well, why not see if people, because it's a very seasonal business. So in the winter, nobody tans. In the summer, when it's, nobody wants to go to the beach looking like a, sheet of paper. They all want to get a tan before they go to the beach. So in the wintertime, it was always slow. And I thought, what if we sold memberships to the tanning salon, to the tanning beds on a monthly basis? And as far as I know, we were the first, or one of the first salons in the country to offer monthly memberships for tanning packages. And we were swamped with women that were just coming out of the woodworks. As a matter of fact, we sold so many monthly memberships that were, it was a special deal for year-round tanning, and they could get it for a real good investment. We actually had to buy a bunch of new tanning beds. We had to expand the businesses. The salons had to be grown. We had to knock out walls and build new rooms for the beds, and it became a huge income source for us. As a matter of fact, we got so busy we couldn't take any more people on the annual memberships because we couldn't take care of the people coming in on the daily or the monthly things. So what we did was we doubled our price. So now we had more members than all the other salons. We had higher prices than all the other salons, but guess what? We were also now able to take care of our tanning beds better than all the other salons. We could change the bulbs out more often. We could clean the place more often. We added free lotions and paid lotions that they could also buy. We had free towel services, free fans, free T-shirts for members. I mean, all kinds of really cool things that we could do because we were making so much more profit, charging twice as much, and all the competition was, walking around, scratching their heads going, what the heck is going on? And the only thing that we did different, and we did it different than everybody else, was we added a continuity program. We added a membership model, a residual income stream, to our normal course of business. We still did our everyday business. We still sold things on a daily basis. We still sold daily tanning and monthly tanning, but we had a whole lot more success by adding more, by adding the memberships to our business. It allowed us to do a whole lot of things that other salons couldn't. Offering more, consolidating your business or store or service, creating a steady residual income stream, superior service, and a better offer. If you have more money coming in and more profit, especially with a digital business, because your overhead's so low, can you take some of that investment, that profit, invest it back into your customers and your clients and give them more incentives and give them better things and offer them more things? That's the thing. If you have more profit coming in, more becomes a lot easier because now you can outsource, you can hire people to help you, you can leverage systems that you can now afford to buy.
If you're using an affiliate marketing system, you can afford to pay your affiliates more.
Exactly. Exactly the point, Willie. So the fact is that if you really think about this, about what we're talking about here today, then you can create more. And by the way, you can also create a scale business. You can experiment with other things that you're doing, and if you know how to add more people to your monthly memberships, you can scale that. You can grow your business predictably and measurably because you have the resources to test and to do the split testing and the traffic testing and the traffic generation and all those things that right now you're trying to do by yourself. You can do through systems, and the systems you can track them and see how they're doing for you, and you can scale that. Okay, it's just and it's not about creating a paycheck. It's about creating a business. We're talking about replacing a job, replacing your income. We're talking about a lifestyle business, about being a true entrepreneur. And this is what everybody here wants. I know this is what you guys want because I talk to you. You're my students. You're my clients. You're my people I meet when I'm out at networking events. You're the people that I talk with, and I know what your goals are. Freedom. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, how you want, if you want. Money that can support a lifestyle that's better. More time with your kids, more time with your family, more time taking vacations and traveling, whatever it is that your goal is. But you cannot get there with one. It's not probable. It's possible, but it's not probable. Here's a couple things I want to offer for you too. And I know this may seem very basic. By the way, are we okay? I mean, we covered some good stuff so far. I mean, this isn't normal stuff, right? I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good information, right?
Right. I mean, most webinars that I'm on, they spend half the time just backslapping or whatever. They don't teach. Yeah, this is teaching.
Okay. And I'm going to move faster here too because I got to. Man, I hope you guys are okay with that. But I'm going to move a lot faster here. So here's the thing. These are two very important kind of secrets to simplifying how to operate your business. You need two things. You need an incredible offer, and you need a qualified buyer. How complicated is that? I mean, it doesn't get any easier than that for building your business, does it? You need a credible offer and a qualified buyer. Next, here are two formulas for how to create the business that you want to create. First, and I know you've heard this one before, I don't mean to be cliche with this, but when something works, when a formula works, use it. The first one is find a hungry market and feed them. But be careful. Know your market. Because if your hungry market is a bunch of vegetarians and you're going to try and feed them hamburgers, you're not going to be very successful. You have to know your market. You have to know your buyers. You know, I made a statement today to one of my clients. I said, yeah, your customers are cloth sofa customers. She goes, what do you mean? I said, well, they're cloth sofa customers. They don't have leather sofas in their houses. They have cloth sofas in their houses. It's a distinction that makes them very separate and special and unique that you can leverage by knowing that about your market. And it was a pretty big eye-opener for her. The next thing is find a frustrated market with a problem and then give them the solution to the problem. It's not complicated, right? These are simple, but if you do these simple things, you can grow your business. The challenge isn't, by the way, knowing what to do, because I'd say most of you here probably already know this. You probably know what to do. The challenge is an implementation. It's the execution. It's the doing what you know. And I'm going to show you an easier way of doing what you know. It's not easy like kindergarten, but it's easier than beating yourself senseless trying to do it the hard way. Okay, and that's where my program comes in. But we'll talk about that a while. There's multiple products and programs for your marketplace covering multiple niches in one market, medium investment, self-liquidating products, free or low-cost products. You're going to need continuity programs for your business, high-level investment products and programs like coaching or recurring coaching programs or 6-week or 4-week coaching programs, things like that. You want to have all of these in your business, and you know this. But you can only build them one at a time, and we'll go back to that in a second, because you have to start somewhere. You have to start where you are, and the goals of your business are to have, well, it's just kind of like walking. You have to crawl first, and then walk, and then run and jump, and pretty soon you're doing parquet or whatever that thing is called. Or what is that called when you jump all over the place?
I know what you're talking about, where it's like a poetry in motion. I mean, basically, yeah, like running up the side of walls and stuff. It's parquet, I think is what it's called.
Yeah. We have a Rapid Residual Pro owner, Jonathan, I think is his name, and he's got that's his business model. He's teaching that, actually, videos in the member area and stuff to teach us. Incredible to watch him. It's just brilliant. So here's a short illustration too. So this is something that's kind of off topic, but I think it'll help some people. You have to have the motivation in yourself to be successful in business. I've been an entrepreneur 30 years, and I don't mean it's not a bragging point. It's just a fact. I've owned businesses since I was 17, and I'm not talking about just to deliver paper and mow lawns businesses. I'm talking about brick and mortar store businesses, janitorial service for 16 years where I had 1,000 employees. We're talking businesses here. And one of the things that I had to learn a long time ago was that it takes a lot of resolve, and you have to learn how to fail forward faster. You have to learn how to make mistakes and be okay with that. You have to learn how to be motivated on the days you don't have the success that you'd like to have. But one of the things that helps to do that is a reason, and not a reason why like the MLM companies all talk about. That's not it. You need a reason. And so, like, if I said to you, Willie, be in Raleigh on Saturday at noon, and you might ask the question why, and I might say something because just be here at noon on Saturday. And that might or might not encourage you to get on a plane and come to Raleigh. But if I say to you, be here at noon on Saturday and I'll give you $10,000 cash, no strings attached, if you can be here by noon, and if you can't, that's okay, I'll just give the money to somebody else. It's just this incentive I'm running. I guarantee you'll be here by noon on Saturday. If you have to fly, take a bus, run, walk, drive your car, I think you'll find a way to be here. Right. If I can give you $10,000 cash. And that's the kind of motivation you need to find for yourself. Let's say that you're driving your car to Raleigh and you get a flat tire, but if you find a way to get it fixed, or you'll jump on a bus to finish the journey to get to Raleigh to get your 10 grand. That's how your business online has to be. If your first ebook doesn't work, that's okay. Don't let it bother you. Build another one. You know, write another book, do another course, do something else. Don't quit. Keep going. That's the kind of motivation that you need. What is your goal? You know, and I know that you might be saying, sure, I get it, but how do membership sites fit in all this stuff? I mean, you're rambling on talking about all these things, but how does this fit into membership sites? But you already know that deep down in your heart, you know, I mean, anyone who's here already knows that you have to, in order to replace your job or your current income, you're going to have to offer more than one thing to a larger market made up of more than just one small niche. I mean, you guys are the bright people. You're the people that came. You're the smart ones. You're the ones that show up to these things and spend an hour or two at night to listen to somebody teach you how to grow your business. That people who aren't successful don't do this. You're the guys that do. You're the guys and girls that do. But you're here because you do understand the difference between, you know, buying a dream and what I call building a reality, right? You don't do the SOS thing, the shiny. Buying everything new isn't going to help you get where you want to go. It's buying the things that will help you get to where you want to go that's going to help you get where you want to go. In things. It's investing in yourself. And it's understanding that more, it's not a lottery ticket. But still we got to start someplace, like that baby sitting in front of the computer. So let's step back. So far we've decided on our market, let's say. We've identified our buyers. We've determined our offer. We've mixed in some more, not just one. We've added a bit of consolidation. We have some residual income. And now we also mix that in with the truth, that it does take a little bit of work to make this all happen. That's a lot of ground that we've covered. But we're going to go backwards. And here's how we go backwards. Have you ever, you know who Surratt is, Willie? Have you ever heard of Surratt, the painter?
No, I haven't, no.
Okay. He painted this painting here on the right-hand side of this slide. And this is interesting because this painting is made up of a bunch of little dots. Millions and millions of little dots. He didn't use a stroke on anything. He just painted a bunch of dots. But it's a huge painting. And if you stand up close to it, it looks like this picture on the left. You don't know what it is. You have to get way back to see this. If you stand with your nose up close to it, it looks like this. Actually, it looks like a bunch of dots.
Right, right.
But sometimes in our businesses, what we do is to see this, to get a clearer picture, we need to step back a little bit and to look at your business clearly and hopefully that your business a little bit more clearly. Maybe this is a little bit overwhelming. But overwhelming. It starts to settle next and how you need to do it. I mean, so imagine that you're out on a boat in the middle of the ocean. It's a dark night. You're scared. You're fearful, and you think you're a million miles from everything. But this is like you and your internet business. You think you're on this boat, in the middle of this ocean, and no one's. But if we were to step out of the boat, up, there's land all around you within swimming distance. You're just not seeing it. And the reason is because everybody else is telling you there's no land. Everybody else is telling you to swim, and they're having you swim in circles. And what I'm trying to do is say, point yourself in this direction. Think about these things, and you won't be going in circles anymore. You'll be making real progress. Yes, it's going to take a little effort, but you can do this, okay? Here's the kind of the big, to me, this was the big pulled it together for me. And this is the logo I used for Residual Pro, my software. And so this is you. It's right here in this middle, this one, this is you, okay? This is your first product, number one, because that's all you can start with. You can't create all of them. You have to start in the first place, right? And so today, you know, we've learned how to take this one, but how to do it in a specific market. You're all related to each other, okay? You're not just creating a product in a market that you've looked at carefully. And the product may be a self-liquidating one-time purchase. It may be a service like copywriting or SEO or backlinking or something like that. But you have to start somewhere. And so one is a good place to start. I know I'm practical, and I'm teaching you the bigger concept, but I understand that we all have to start where we are. But here's an interesting perspective. This is actually what we're painting a picture of here. After you get your one market created, you can create a second market. And I call this kind of flower power, but notice this. So here's your first product. It relates to your second product, which refers to your first product. By the way, your second product refers to your third product, which refers to your first product, which refers to your beginning product, your central product, which, by the way, refers to this product over here and this product over here. Do you see what we're doing? You see why a market of things is so much more important to each other. Created this kind of market here. What if, for instance, if this were internet marketing, and I'll try not to take too much time here, but if this were internet marketing, and let's pretend that this product right here is a copywriting course, how to write copy for internet marketers. But what about how to write copy for internet marketers selling diet products, and how to write copy for internet marketers selling dog products, and how to write how to do copywriting for internet marketers selling membership sites? And you see what the point is here? So each of these little individual products, like this one, can have its own marketplace of sub-products that it has as well. So each market can be a market, and each sub-market can be a market. But you have to start with related things. Did I just confuse you, Willie, or did I do all right?
No, you didn't.
I wish I could draw better with this mouse. This is really crazy. Okay, that's better. So this is all one market. We call this the internet marketing market here. And all these products relate to each other. This is what's so powerful about this. And a membership script that can consolidate all of these things in one portal for you is brilliant. It's brilliant. And you can make a great deal of money by consolidating your business this way. And think of it this way. We talked about this. A single product sale gives you one check. But a single sale of a membership gets you multiple checks. It's just one sale though, right? Here's how it works in real estate. And I think this will kind of pull this together a little bit too. The real estate investor for about 10 years, and by the way, I've lost a boatload of money in real estate, so guru status in real estate, trust me. I mean, I was doing well, flying high like everybody else, and the market crashed, and I'll tell you something. When I say you have to be able to wake up in the morning when things don't go your way as an entrepreneur, I speak from experience. You got to love what you're doing, you know, because there are those days. There are those days when they're good. There are those days when it's not quite so good. So, but as a real estate investor for 15 years, here's something I realized. Do you know how many contracts does it? One. And on a house, you can do really well. You can make anywhere from $5,000 to $50,000 on one house easy. Okay? How many contracts does it take to buy an apartment complex? One. You know what the difference is? With the apartment complex, it's one sale, a house is one sale, one buy, but instead of $50,000, this is a $500,000 check. It's a huge difference, and there's really not that much difference in effort. Bigger is better. It needs to be part of your business model. Doing the membership sites where you can sell one time but get multiple payments. Somebody who rents an apartment from you gives you a payment every single month. It's the same concept. It's residual income. It's part of your business model, very, very important part of your business model too. So if you're going to do something, why not just do it big? Why not do it more? Why not, if you're going to make one effort, why not make one effort to get multiple checks or bigger checks rather than doing one effort to get a smaller check? Well, that's just my idea anyway.
Makes sense to me.
And let's see. So here we go. Let's do a summary, and then we'll get to kind of a little quiz about today. And I know, look, I'm a teacher. You have to forgive me for this. I love to teach. I love to help people to grow and learn things. So we'll do a summary, a couple of quick questions so people can at least maybe take some of this stuff home with them, and then we'll talk a little bit about what I think is the most incredible software application. I'm biased, of course, but that can help you to do these things a whole lot easier. Not easy, but easier and much more profitably. So then summary. So because we've given a lot of information, we're really running tight here. So here's a review of some of the things that we've gone over so far today, okay? Let's see. We'll go here. First, think about what, not just one. Think about what, not just one. And the answer is more. Think about more, not just one. This one's a little bit kind of, I don't, because I am through them, but these are important, okay? I'm going to give them to you later, email me, whatever, I'll give them to you. But second, creating a more business is the right way means selecting a complete market. A market, not just a niche. And then consolidating all of the products, your programs and services that you offer in that market into one location, into one membership site, store. Next, because consolidation is so key to growing your business, this part of having a scalable business model, because you can measurably and consistently grow it if you consolidate. And by the way, you don't just have to have one location. You can also have all satellite locations too. Store to get. You can sell it over here on this domain, but you want them to come over to here to get it. Third, you need to have what kind of income streams in your business. You need to have residual income streams in your business. They're important. They're not all of your business, but they're an important part of your business. Finally, you have to have an incredible what? An incredible offer, a qualified buyer. Find a hungry market, feed them. Find a frustrated market and that has a problem and solve it. So that's what we've talked about so far today, okay? And we talked a little bit about flower power. You like my guy? So we talked a little bit about flower power and about Rapid Residual Pro, how to use. Rapid Residual Pro was developed as a business platform, not just a membership platform, but a business platform. So you can build your online business like we've talked about. You can consolidate. There's all of these things that you could ever want to do. You can build all of your pages. You can manage your entire website. You have manage all your members. You have an affiliate program built in, PayPal, AlertPay, ClickBank. If you want to use their affiliate program, you're integrated with ClickBank. It's got a media management system where you can do videos and audios and downloads very easily inside of one admin area. There's a coaching platform built in, a blog. You can open or close your affiliate program. It's a secure system, unlike some other types of platforms out there that I won't mention, WordPress. There's easy upgrades for Rapid Residual Pro. It's easy to use and understand. It is new. It's a little different. So there is a learning curve. But it's like riding a bicycle. After you get your balance, it doesn't take long for you to be able to do wheelies with this thing. It's very easy to learn. It's intuitive. You can create coupons. You can use offsite buttons, which means you can do WSOs or put satellite websites up and put a for sale button on other websites for your products that you also sell in your store. And when people purchase, I
don't want to gloss over that one though. It's
okay.
Somebody can take a button for a product they've got inside their membership site and put it like on the Warrior form. When somebody clicks the button to order, they're taken to the inside the membership site to download the product. So no matter where the button is put, whether it's on a blog or on Facebook or wherever, it pulls them all back inside the membership site eventually. That's powerful.
Exactly. Yeah. So you get your central location where all of your products are, maybe, all in here. But what if you wanted to do like a WSO? So you take one of these products over here that you've created, and you take the button and you put it over here. People buy over here. They go up to the payment processor. And when they're taken back after they purchased, they get taken back to your store. They create a membership. They go in, they download their product, but guess what they see? All of your other things. They see all of them. So if you have 50 WSOs, they get to see all the 50 WSOs related to, say, internet marketing right over here when they download this one. Do you think that buying 1 or 2 or 3, 4 or 5 other ones while they're in there downloading this one? I guarantee they do. I guarantee they do. And that's the power of this consolidation that we talked about, right? So you've got a complete system theming program. I don't know, all these things are built into Rapid Residual Pro. GeoIP tracking. No, the members can't share their logins. You've got integrated with Amazon S3 and CloudFront. And you've got marketplaces. You've got an inside marketplace, an outside for the members, an outside marketplace for non-members, a sidebar that is hugely profitable for your products on the inside. You can, people come in, they see what they own, but they also get to see what they don't own. Drip feed, content management, everything. It's all included in Rapid Residual Pro. Here's a kind of a view of the inside. You've got this is how simple it is to get around. Here's your navigation. And the navigation has a drop down for everything. Your product management and media management, all related to product. Everything related to products is in the drop down right here. So it's an incredible system for managing your entire business. And I've taken up too much time already, so let's just go right into this. And then what we'll do is we'll answer questions, if that's all right with you, Willie.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know it's been long, and here's the thing: if you all have questions, I'll stay awake and I'll stay with you as long as you have questions. Okay? So I mean, Willie might fall asleep before you're done asking me questions, but let me just finish this out, and then we'll get to questions you might have about we talked about tonight, or B, membership sites, or Rapid Residual Pro, the software that I've created for my market. And there's a little story about Rapid Residual Pro too. I created it because I got tired of piecing everything together. I got tired of building Frankensites. I got tired of trying to build things for my clients manually, or finding which plugin goes with what idea and how to tap it all together and then how to upgrade everything all at the same time. I said, forget this. I want to build a business platform so that when I get a client that pays me $8,000 to build a site for them, everything I need is in one installation. I just install it and boom, everything is there. I create the product thing, I'm done. And so that's what I did. It took me about 2 years and so far about $75,000 out of pocket, not including my time, just to create this software. And it is amazing. I mean, if I say so myself. So anyway, here's the deal. Right now, and you're going to see, by the way, some of these prices are different on the website, and I'll tell you why. We're in the launch. So where it says $197 here for a single license that is normal price, it's really $297. So some of the prices on the website will say $297 because that's the actual investment to get Rapid Residual Pro. It's just that we're in launch right now, and we're slowly launching this. We're not doing this like $1 million Frank Kern launch. We're just taking our time, doing this nice and slow. So it's a few special groups like Willie's group, smaller groups to start with. And so the price is a little bit lower right now on the website. So if you see these things, discrepancies, that's why. Okay. But a normal license for Rapid Residual Pro is $197. You install it on your own domain. You host it yourself, or I'll do the hosting for you. We have a hosting program as well. It's like It's $9.97 a month if you want to do that. But you can certainly host it on HostGator or Bluehost or those other hosting services. You don't pay a rent. You don't pay a monthly fee. You don't need to worry about plugins. You don't need to worry about trying to configure anything. It's just install it and use it. It's that simple. Normally, that's $197 per domain. Coaching with me, it's a question-a-day coaching. And this is the model that I learned from Jimmy D. Brown as a student, and one that I also offer to my students. It's you pay $4.97 a month, and you can ask me a question a day for 5 days a week. Any question you want to about marketing or business or life or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever it is, I'll answer the question. And I usually take the time to answer them very thoroughly. So a question a day will help you to grow your business and get you set up and get you started. And yes, sometimes I call you as well. We do that. Number 3, normally 2 additional domains, because there's 2 specials on this offer that we're going to show you, and we'll get there with the link. You'll get to see this. But you can also decide you don't want the coaching, and you can trade for 2 additional domains instead of coaching with me. If you don't think that I have much to offer you, you're already an experienced marketer. Okay. So the price for right today, what we're running is a 5-domain package. So 5 complete markets that you could set up. Normally the domains at $197. This would be $1,482 just for the domains. This, by the way, this isn't a pitch. This is the real cost. If you go to the site, you'll see this is actually what Rapid Residual Pro is selling for right now. A month of private coaching is $497. That's what I offer it for. It's what I've always offered it for. And today, because you're with Willie's group, instead of $1,979 for all this, it's only $427. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity to get started, and it's not going to be an offer that we make forever and for very many people. We're just getting started. What is this, Willie? This is our 2nd presentation.
Right.
We've only been open. The doors for Rapid Residual Pro version 2.1 have only been open now for about 2 months, I think. And we've done no emails, no launches, no promotions. We're taking it nice and slow because I want to build some case studies, and I also want to take care of people that get involved. So let's say that you get involved today and you have questions, you need some help. Well, that's, if I had 1,000 people joining, it'd be hard for me to do that. I don't want that. I want to be able to help and work with everybody that gets involved and get to know you a little bit and help you grow your business. I don't know how many times you've heard that before. Probably none. So, are you still there, Willie?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, we lost Willie. Okay, good.
No, I'm here.
The last thing. Okay, good. So here's your affiliate link, or here's the link to get to the offer. Okay, and this takes you to Willie's special if you're interested in getting Rapid Residual Pro. And again, this is a true offer. This isn't something that we've just engineered for today. This is actually something that's just for Willie's group. I mean, these prices here, I mean, these are normal. These are the regular prices. So. And
one of the questions we've got is asking about training on how to use the software. Asking is there video training, and I know the answer to that is yes. There's a ton of video training.
40 videos plus. I think there's 40 or 50 in there now. I have 40 videos that are on more kind of advanced things that you can do with Rapid Residual Pro, like how to structure a funnel, how to use the squeeze page. By the way, you can create squeeze pages and outside pages and article pages and blog posts. There's a mini blog that comes with Rapid Residual Pro. Most people use like a WordPress blog for their main site, but they'll use the mini blog that comes with RP as like a training blog or a blog for members or a private blog. I use it. I don't use a WordPress blog. I use my Rapid Residual Pro blog, but that's just me.
And one of the questions you're getting from Julia is she's asking about can you install it with Fantasco or something like that, and she's asking how she would work it with an existing site. Like she has a Joomla site, and so she's wondering, how do you integrate all that?
Rapid Residual Pro has to be installed either on a root domain or a subdomain or an add-on domain. So let's say you wanted to install it at member.rapidresidualpro.com. You could do that. But you couldn't install it on, say, rapidresidualpro.com/folder. That won't work. You need to have a true subdomain or a true add-on domain or root domain to install Rapid Residual Pro. You can what was I going to say? Oh, you can't install any PHP. It's PHP and MySQL is what it's built off of. Very secure application. And you couldn't install WordPress on the same directory that you install Rapid Residual Pro, just like you couldn't install Joomla on the same directory as WordPress either. Software, you kind of have to have its own to install. And the installation, by the way, takes minutes, I think, or we'll do it for you. There's a fee for the installation, but if you are having trouble with your installation, which very rarely happens with anybody ever, but I'm here. Just email me, Skype me, whatever. You can ask Willie. I'm around like 20 hours a day online, and I'm willing to help. I'm here to help. Oh, speaking of which, we have a live meeting for our community every Wednesday night. And you can ask questions. I'll walk you through steps. We'll go through training like this we did tonight. And it's all on me. It's all on the house, just because you guys are part of our community. And Willie will attest to it. How many have you been? You've been to most of the last couple months of meetings.
There's also a question about, is this a 1-month membership? I'm not sure I understand the question, but those prices, that's a one-time fee for a license to use the software forever on that one domain. And you can build as many stores as you want on that one domain, and tie them all together. But because you probably want to separate different niches on different domains that suggest what the site's about, niches about, then you'd want multiple licenses. But I'd put everything related to one topic on one domain, actually.
Exactly. And you own it. You own the license. So once you purchase and you install it on your domain, it's yours.
Steve's asking about updates. Are they included?
Yes, updates are included for your version. So what does that mean? So we support you for a year for free, and I don't even know if I'm going to charge after a year. If you're if you're a pain in the neck and you're submitting it to me every week because you break it, I'll probably charge you. But I don't know. Right now it's free for a year for technical support and all that stuff. But the add-ons and new features, we have 100 new features we'd love to add to Rapid Residual Pro. And as we keep developing it, and we're continuing to make it better and better and to do cooler things, and when you guys give us suggestions, we make changes to those updates are yours free of charge. They are yours. And we usually do an update about once a month. It takes 2 minutes to do an update or less. It's just boom, boom, you're done. Unzip a file, go to a URL, click enter, that's it, you're done. That's the update. And we can also help you with those. If those kinds of things are hard for you, we'll help you with those. And they're free.
Other question you're getting is a couple of people are asking if there's any type of a payment plan. There are people like school teachers who own a relatively limited income.
I could probably work with you. If you have to have a payment plan, email me if you need some help getting started here. So just email me at steve@rapidresidualpro.com, and we can talk about that. There's not a payment plan for this particular offer, but I can set it up so that we can do that if you need to. Talk to Willie about it also. See, you guys. You can talk to them, Willie, or we can work something out for people that have a real need for that.
Sure.
Okay. If you think that's something you'd like to do for your group, I'd be happy to look at it. Sure.
And Tyler's asking about becoming an affiliate for the software before buying. We do have an affiliate program. I actually am one of the people who goes out and seeks affiliates, but it's a closed affiliate program, so I'd have to give you the link to sign up because it really does want people to know the software before they go out promoting it. But we can make that happen, Tyler.
Right. Send a contact us to me with your details. Tell me about why. Tell me a little bit about you, and then I'll send you, if everything works out, I'll send you a link to unlock the sign-up page. You can't get in unless I unlock it. And I'll tell you why. I don't take my affiliate program lightly. I have a lot of respect for my affiliates. I take good care of them, pay them really well. I want to make sure the people that are going to promote Rapid Residual Pro have high values, high ethics, high integrity. It's a solid. I've worked very hard to build this program for you. I want it to be promoted the way that respects the quality of this program. Now, is that arrogant to say, Willie? I don't mean it to sound arrogant. I hope I don't sound arrogant. I'm proud of it. I want it to be promoted right.
Oh no, that makes perfect sense. And a couple of people asked if we could paste the link in the chat area. I'll try to do that. What is it? RapidResidualPro.com/likes Willie VIP. I'll put that in the chat area. Can you see the questions, Steve?
Let me open up the little questions thing here. See, I have my window closed.
Okay.
Okay.
And I answered a lot of them myself, but.
Well, that's what all that typing I hear you doing over there. Ask her. Okay, let me grab this thing and see if I can stretch it out. He won't let me stretch it out.
Oh.
Let me let it go. I'm trying to break it free of the.
Click on the. There's an arrow, a box with like the second box from the right detaches it from the main window.
Drag to resize column. Okay, let's see. Can you guys see that? Is it in your way on the window?
No, it's not in our way.
Okay, let's see. Who asked the question? Received. Priority. You would think that a guy that develops software, is probably more technically inclined. See, folks, this just goes to show you that.
I just grabbed the lower right corner of the box and pulled it out. But one of the questions I'm reading from Linda is, how is this better than WordPress? It's not a blogging platform. Well, WordPress is a content management system too. I think it's more secure than WordPress, first of all, because WordPress is open source. Anybody can develop, plugins and things like that. But that means there are thousands, tens of thousands of hackers out there, all developing things to try to break into WordPress sites. And that's why you really need to, if you have WordPress, you need to update your site every time a new release comes out, because people are patching holes that are discovered where other people are exploiting that. So I think this is much more secure than WordPress.
Yeah, and also, it's not a plugin-based application. It's all in one. You don't have to worry about plugging anything in. It's all built in, and as we add new features, they're all built in for you. You don't have to do anything. Here's the thing. If you're focusing on all of the plugins and the themes and the designs and the updates and all those things, what are you not focusing on? Creating products, creating value, adding customers, adding clients. So many of my clients and customers are wasting their lives, hours and hours and hours every week, screwing, pardon my language, with their dealing with hacks. And I used to spend 40 hours a week fixing my WordPress blogs because of hacks. And it's a lot better than it used to be. And I haven't used WordPress as a business platform. I use it as like my main site. I think steveodette.com has a WordPress on it or something, but it's not been updated in 2 years or something. And
Steve, your email is steve at Rapid Residual Pro, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that someone asked here, Aiden asked about the site having 2 offers. Yes, there are 2 offers and 2 prices, and that's if somebody prefers to have no coaching with me, then you can get 2 licenses instead, 2 additional licenses instead. It's a little bit more. I think it's like it's $427 for me with the coaching, because that's a 30-day deal. And the 2 extra licenses, those are a lifetime license. So I think that's like $497. I think, Willie.
Right.
But both of those are also, they're special offers though. So I think there's still, one's 5 licenses, one's 7. Let's see.
And Linda's asking if it's good if you're not a techie. Linda, I'm not a techie at all. I mean, I've been around websites since the late 90s, but I'm not a techie. And so I followed the tutorials very closely, and if I have questions, I ask somebody in the we have a membership forum too, but I find that everything just makes perfect sense to me. I did have to watch some videos more than once, but then as soon as it clicked, now it's intuitive for me. So it's not very difficult to learn.
Good, good. And Julia, I see, also asked about banners and ads and SEO for the site. The SEO is built in, and Willie, we're doing a pretty huge upgrade for that too. Some new features for SEO that are going to be pretty exciting here in the next week as well. But the banners and ads, sure, it's all HTML. Just copy and paste your banners and ads in. You also have a place for affiliate tools that you can upload affiliate banners for your affiliates and affiliate emails for your affiliates for each product if you want to. Sure, you can do that. Let's see what else.
Troy joined us late, wants to know if there's a recording going out tomorrow. Barring any glitches technically, actually I noticed that the recording at time, or the call at time, was fading in and out, so we'll probably edit out some of those fades. But we will plan on getting the recording out to people who joined late.
Okay, cool. Well, I noticed, I mean, we had a lot of questions too from the thank you page. We're running a little bit late tonight. We covered a lot of ground. I want to thank everybody for being patient and, kind of going through the material. I hope you found that the material that we covered tonight, this wasn't some kind of this wasn't a hard sales pitch. There's a lot of, I hope you found very valuable information for your business. I put a lot of work into making sure that at least the things we covered tonight were of really solid value. Did you feel that way, Willie?
I did. And Linda has quite a few questions. She's asking about the autoresponder, about the drip system. The drip system just means you can say, I want certain pieces of content released on a certain day, and they won't be unlocked until that day. So I have a site, for example, where every couple days I release a new lesson to bring them back. Again, that keeps people from joining, downloading everything and refunding or whatever, and also keeps me from overwhelming them, So in some of my courses, do time release content for that reason. It's like if you're going to say it's a 9-month membership, you want to sort of spread things out there. So that's why I do that. The autoresponder system, that there is a broadcast feature built in that lets you send messages to anybody based on groups and purchases and things like that. But I also use Aweber in conjunction with the system too.
Right, Aweber, Constant Contact, Get Response, Imnica, and we're going to integrate the new ARP Reach program from Neil. Used to be Auto-Response Plus, but it's a self-hosted program.
Okay.
They've done away with that, so we're going to integrate that here in the next. It'll be in the next upgrade next month. But
the software does have a broadcast feature built in. The thing you need to be aware of with that is most web hosting companies, if you're going to be broadcasting email, they limit the number of emails that can go out often per hour. Somebody like HostGator will throttle the number of emails you can send out per hour.
I think it's 100 an hour. It's crazy. I don't know why they do, but so. But yeah, there is a broadcast system built in, and of course it integrates with other what we call the if you want to send your emails on a regular, what's the word I'm looking for, Willie? Not the broadcast emails, but your sequential autoresponder. That's it, sequential. Your pre-done emails and stuff. So let's see what else. I'm looking here for questions myself. I wish I could grab that. Okay, let's see. If you take the screen, well, I don't want to take the screen, but I was going to say if you took the screen, I can open up the.
Well, it's not. It doesn't show the question box over your slide, so you see it, but the audience doesn't see it. So you're okay, I think.
I'm going to go ahead and close this screen for a second, and then I'm going to open up that Excel file. Watch me crash my computer. My computer's name is Matilda, y'all. She's 10 years old, been very good to me.
Well, Julia's asking if you'll show the slide with all the features.
Oh, sure. Let's see, I'll go back. That's not all the features. Oh, my goodness. No. There are actually, we have 30 pages of things that Rapid Residual Pro can do. 30 pages of features, and most of them aren't listed here. I'm trying to think of the questions that we got. I wish I could remember. We had a whole lot of questions on the thank you page, and I hate to not answer those. I'm not able to get out of my PowerPoint here.
I think one thing that's not maybe clear would be the marketplaces. There's an inside marketplace, which is only products that are shown to existing members, if you want to give them specials. The outside marketplace, anybody that can find this page can buy those products and services. So, and as you add new products to your membership site, you can choose where you show those products as being available and whether or not you let affiliates sell those products. So it's a very, very powerful platform.
And there's the sidebar in the area that you might have you own these, and then below that it says new products, things you don't own. So if you choose to show in the new products in the sidebar, you can do that as well. That's not the marketplace. That's actually a marketing tool for members that they don't own yet. It increased our conversions 30, or our gross revenues 30% on the beta testing sites that we did. 30% more revenues just from having that sidebar. This, you don't own this yet, kind of a thing. It was very, very powerful. I don't think anyone else has that either. Matter of fact, I know nobody else has that. It's just us. There's no other software you can get that out without custom building it. Trying to think what else we have. Unlimited products. You can create unlimited products inside the member area. You can create memberships. You can create one-off self-liquidating products. You can create free memberships, free products. Oh, the free memberships. You can even have affiliates promote free memberships. They can get paid for future purchases from somebody that joins free today. So if that person buys other products down the road, you can choose if you want to pay affiliates for future purchases that referral makes.
And Julia's asking, so we don't need all that squeeze page stuff. Julia, one way to get new members into the site would be to offer something for free and then let them join the site to get that free gift, and then once they get inside, offer them other products. And so you can have, like Steve showed, all those different satellite products. You can make each of those a outside page on the website, essentially, or a doorway into the membership site. You know, so all these yellow circles could be individual products, and any of those could be a doorway to the main membership. And so you can have a bunch of squeeze pages if you want to.
I actually recommend it. I mean, with Rapid Residual Pro, you can attach a squeeze page with a click of a button. Like create the squeeze page, just click a button on the product creation page and attach a squeeze page. And I recommend every product have a squeeze page. And the reason, and I don't do this, again, what is the old saying? Do what I say, not what I do. Or in this case, what I don't do. The reason is this. So if your traffic goes directly to your sales letter and they don't purchase, how do you get them back to the sales letter? How do you get them to follow? How do you follow up with them? How do you entice them to purchase this? Or remember, I mean, maybe they have an intention of coming back, but they just forget about you. They get caught up with other websites. But if you send the traffic instead, don't send them to your sales letter. Every product should have a squeeze page. Send them to a squeeze page with a good free ethical bribe, a video course, a mini course, a free product of some kind, and get their email address. And then when they push that button, send them to the sales letter. Now at least they're on your autoresponder program, and you can follow up with them. You know, send multiple emails to them, telling them about the benefits of the product and all the things that they can come back and visit again and those kinds of things. I always recommend a squeeze page, no matter what your products are here. The only exception is, and this is kind of interesting, follow this model, and this is where I'm going to be going. If you keep an eye on the Rapid, you're going to see a different way of doing the front page, and it's going to look like this right now, by the way. And there is I finally put an opt-in box on it, Willie. I know you'd be proud of me for that. But in an opt-in box, you know what it's going to have? It's going to have a button that says, an image that says, cool free stuff, click this button to get it. They're going to click that button. It's going to take them to a free product enrollment page. They're going to enter the information. It'll take them into the members area so they can download their product or watch the videos or whatever. But once they're in here, on my site, on the inside, on the right sidebar here are all my other products. They can see the Rapid Residual Pro training programs, the fixture membership training programs, the hosting program, the different licenses, we're going to add power planning. All that stuff's going to be right here. So once they're inside to get their download for the free thing or to watch their free videos, they're going to get to see all these other things that we offer. This, I think, is going to be the new way of doing business for me, and I think it's going to be hugely powerful.
And Julia is asking, so these squeeze pages are separate pages. They're basically doorways pointing to the one consolidated site. You're bringing people into your central site who have a common interest, but they may have a slightly different area that they're interested in. Take a dog site. You might have dog training or dog breeding or dog clothes or pet foods or pet medicines. And all of those could bring somebody in who's interested in raising dogs or taking care of their dog. But they could all fall limit to one central area where they see all your other products available.
What's this? So most people teach, and we're talking about more is better, right? Most people teach one squeeze page takes people to one product. But they're missing so much. So let's say this is a traffic product. Well, what about traffic for internet marketers squeeze page? So that's the internet. You do your pay-per-click ads, and you send internet marketers to this squeeze page. What about traffic for teachers? So you put your pay-per-click ads out, and you send traffic to the teachers squeeze page. And what about mothers, work-at-home moms? You can send them to the work-at-home moms squeeze page, and you send the part-time workers looking to replace their job to the part-time workers looking to replace their job squeeze page. And guess what? All of these send people to the same how to get traffic for, but the squeeze page speaks to their specific demographic, and you can have as many of these landing pages or splash pages or squeeze pages or whatever you want to call them. You can have videos on them or whatever. You can have as many of these as you want to, leading to your main product. And each of these pages can go to unique, very targeted, speak to that target market very clearly, as opposed to the old model, one squeeze page for one product or one squeeze page for your entire site. Now you can segregate into specific things. Maybe this is they just want to learn how to train their dog not to use the house. They want to potty train their dog. So these are all people that want to potty train their dog. And over here, maybe these are all people that want to learn how to make their own dog food. It's a different demographic, right? So you can do as many, and all these pages are created in Rapid Residual Pro because it's an entire business platform. You can create all your web pages online. You can create all your blog posts right there. You can create all your products right in the admin. All your videos can be done right from your admin area. You can do, upload and create the tokens for those and shows and then embed all the HTML stuff. It's a hugely different way of approaching business.
Yeah, but what I'm doing right now is I'm taking all the videos, audios, interviews, and things like that I've done. I'm offering a lot of those as freebies on Facebook or LinkedIn, and they're all pointing people to squeeze pages that basically get them all inside the same central membership. So it's, there's a lot of ways to do this.
I hope that you let me know how that's working out too. I mean, in terms of overall revenues coming in, or traffic, or how about the people giving you comment? What I found was really brilliant was when people started to email me and say, man, I didn't know you sold all these other things too. This is great. I had never before known that people actually, this is that argument I started at the beginning. I never knew people really want to buy more things from you if you just let them know you have it. And by putting them all into one marketplace, they can see all the things that you offer for sale. And they can also see it on this can be on its own domain, and this can be on its own domain, and this can be on its own domain, and then you can put a button that when people purchase it, takes them to PayPal or AlertPay or ClickBank, but after the purchase, takes them back to the central site to get their product in the member area where they can see everything else you sell. So one central location, even though you can have all of your other domains and have a sales letter on all your other domains too. Plus, you can have a sales letter for every product on this site. Like if you look at Rapid Residual Pro's outside marketplace, I have all the sales letters here, but I can put them somewhere else too. You can do both. And say it's so much to talk about. I mean, I'd be here for. I could, if we went over all the features, we literally, honest as I'm sitting here today, there are 30 pages of Word document, 30 pages of features for Rapid Residual Pro, 30 pages of things that it can do for your business, and we're adding more all the time. But don't let that overwhelm you. It's like a Ferrari. So it can go, 200 miles an hour doesn't mean you have to. Just you can still use it for the basic things that you do and do very, very well. The little things like, did you know that if you create a link, let's say that you have a page in here on the inside, and we'll call it page 2, and you send an email with a page 2, when people log in, they get taken to page 2. They don't get taken to the index page and then they have to search around in the member area to find it. They get taken right to that page. It's a little thing, but we had to develop that in. We had to think about that. I wanted people to be able to go right to the page that I send them to when they log in. Brilliant. We have a one-time offer system built in. So let's say someone purchases this product. They go up to PayPal. They come back to the member area, create their member account to get into the inside to get their product, and the first thing they see when they log in is a one-time offer. They say, yes, yes, I want it, or no, I don't want it. If they say no, they don't want it, they don't get to see it again. That's it. It's a true one-time offer. They can get logged in, get their product, and that's it. You can also tie a one-time offer to a downsell, to a one-time offer to a downsell, to a one-time offer, to do a might feel same on them if you want to. I don't do that, but
I don't
either. Want to. It's built in if you want to. So nothing against Mike. I like Mike. He's all right. So, but anyway, so this is how Rapid Residual Pro works. So are we good on questions? We're
good on questions. I don't know if any new ones coming in, and we've gone 2 hours, so we probably
dang,
worn them out.
I just can't do short. Okay, folks. Hey, look, I just want to say thank you for stopping by today. I hope that you found great value in the presentation, not only about Rapid Residual Pro, but just about learning about how to think about your business a different way. So why don't we go back to the offer page one more time. And you can see this here. And this is again, this is real prices that I have on the site every day, and Willie's special offer here for you as a member of Willie's group here. So let's see. My goodness, how far away did I go, Willie?
I think you went all the way back to the beginning.
My goodness. We need like a fast forward button on this thing. All right. And Willie, I want to thank you too for inviting me back again. I know that you had some good feedback last time, and I really appreciate you. You have more questions. I'm glad you had good questions and that I could answer them today. I hope we got.
And I'm sure that people did learn quite a bit from it. A lot of the folks on the call have not built membership sites, hadn't really thought of that model, and so a lot of thought there. And there's so many different platforms out there that are confusing and that are what you call Frankensites, parts and pieces from a whole lot of different systems. And the beauty of this is that everything in Rapid Residual Pro is developed to work together, so it's all going to function properly. And unlike with WordPress and 1,000 different plugins developed by different people, not in concert.
Right. And I built this because I got tired of all that other stuff. It's not that I'm against WordPress or anything else. It's just that I'm a business person and I build sites for clients, and I want to make sure that I've got the best system to build, the best platform to build for them. I wanted an admin system that worked better than other alternatives. I wanted more features than other things had. You know, it's an incredible system. And it's, by the way, do you use this instead of WordPress? And the answer is you can, but no. Why not use WordPress for what WordPress does? Make it your, you know, your main beautiful homepage, SEO, article publishing thing. There are a gazillion themes for WordPress. We don't have that many themes yet. We're getting there. We're going to build more and some exciting things coming for that. But use the business platform, Rapid Residual Pro, for business. Use WordPress for what it does, and use a business platform to manage your business. That's the idea. And use both.
You've got Aiden asking questions about when does coaching start, and since it's individualized, I assume it started immediately, but he's asking, can he delay the coaching?
You can. I mean, I'll start it the first day you ask me a question, probably. So I've had some people that will wait a week or so before they get going on it. But when you start asking me questions a day, and by the way, I'm not I don't like to use. I'm not anal about that. So if you ask me 2 questions today, oh my goodness, you know, I'm not going to have a fit over that. Just be reasonable with my time. Be respectful of my time. Because once you see the answers I give you to your questions, you'll understand why it's only 1 question a day. When you ask me a question, expect a very thorough answer. I do take care of my people, and I will make sure that I can answer your question very well, or I'll find somebody else that can if I can't. I don't pretend to know everything, but I will find someone that can help if I can't. I've been coaching for, I don't know, for real estate probably 5 years before I got involved with internet marketing, which was 2004 or 5, and I've been coaching since about 2007 or 8 online for internet marketing. So I have a little experience here. And I've made my huge amounts of money, and I've lost huge amounts of money in my businesses too. So I've a great deal of failures, a great deal of successes, and I think, you know, that's part of being an entrepreneur.
And George entered in the chat room that he can vouch for you, that your answers are very thorough.
Yeah, vouch Stavros. Is that Stavros? He's been emailing me all the time. He's got good questions, though, he does, but yeah, I'll answer them. Which is why I delay my answers, because I can't just give a one-sentence answer like people do on forums. That's why I don't go to forums and post all the time. I can't just do that. I can't answer someone yes. I just don't know how to do just yes or no. I don't know how to do it. And no is not a very good word for me. It's not easy for me to say no to people. I probably shouldn't say that, though. So.
And I think with that, we probably should look at wrapping up.
All right, Willie. Hey, look, thanks for the opportunity tonight to meet with your group again. Always a pleasure. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to email me or use to contact us on the site. I'm easy to get a hold of, and Willie, you know how to reach me. So thank you again for the invite. I hope you all enjoyed it. Y'all take care.
Thank you, Steve.